Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. Excuse me, I'm going to do this in a two-part card because I have to do two of these cards for friends of mine. Excuse me. They had given me a gift when I had my accident, and it was a Harry and David fruit basket. And they've been known for the last 80 years for their pears. So when you get that basket, you get one pear that is wrapped in gold foil, and then you get the rest of the pears, like you have 6 pears, 5 non-foiled and 1 gold foiled. And my friend Debbie asked me to do a foil card using this gold leaf. Actually, it's not a foil card, it's gold leaf. So I got out my gold leaf, and I'm going to do this just by showing you what I'm going to, if you want to follow along, and do a card similar to this. I'll show you the products that I'm going to use, and then we'll carry on in the next video. I'll go as far as I can, let's put it that way, on this video, and it's going to be the gold leaf. Now, I have never used it, so I'm just going to say I've watched one video on gold leafing, and it was gold leafing frames. So I kind of have the logistic of it on exactly how it's supposed to work, and I'm just going to give it I'm just going to wing it and see what I come up with for my card. Now, being it's Harry and David, and it is pears that they're known for, and that my friends in Georgia got me this beautiful basket, I am going to send them a pear card. And because they have the 1 gold foiled pear, I'm going to 1 gold fold with my leaf, my gold leaf, 1 pear. So I'll show you what I decided to do. I have 2 of these cards on the go. I have one here, and I have one right here. And they're both identical. It's all ready to go. I just have to put them together. And this pear, let me just get this. This pear, I have 2 pear stamps. There, that's better. It's late and I'm tired. I had, every time I do a card, and I'm stamping out something that I know futuristically I want to do again, I stamp a lot of images on it. I do it with 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and I do an extra page. And this page came in handy because that's exactly what I'm doing. And this was from over a year and a half ago. I think I have a video on a fruit jar, a large one, from Hero Arts, a large jar card. And so I had this in my file, and I just pulled it out, and I'm doing a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. I'm using the crushed curry Stampin' Up! Cardstock and the My Mind's Eye paper stack, which is underneath here. It's this one from Michael's, and it's really pretty. It has a lot of the more or less crushed curry images, like black, white, gray, and the yellowy hue to it. And I'm just going to go through and tell you what I am going to use. Now, the set that I didn't want to use the large cannery stamp that I have with the large can. I opted for the smaller version on this, and thus I am using the Stampin' Up! Set, and it is perfectly preserved. Such a nice set. I'm going to use the canning jar and the lid. The one that's, you know, you put material over, it looks like. So I'm going to use those 2 images and the little thank you, possibly. And this pear right here. Because obviously from this pear set that I stamped, this stamp is too big. The pears are too big for this jar. I mean, I get 1 pear in there and that'd be it. So this is a nice set to have, this Stampin' Up! Set. And I'm really glad that I got it. Now, I'm going to mention one thing here that I like to do is when I have a little bit of time, like I did a card that had cherries in the canning jar, so I just did some extra cherries and put them in here. I'm using the Sizzix permanent adhesive. I'll show it to you in a minute. And this is in place of using, it's going to go over the front of the canning jar to look like it's glass. And I opted for this method. A, because I had tons of these sheets, and B, because it is quick and I won't have to emboss. I'm trying to think of, anyway, we'll go there when I get there on that one. And then I have this little lid, and that's from the other set I put in here. I keep a canning jar and the lid in here because if I want a Copic spray around it or do any kind of stamping around it, I have a mask. So I keep all of this in here, and I will cut out some pears and probably put it in here as well. This is a really pretty set. You've got a stem, flowers, apples, leaves, cherries, I mean corn. What more do you want when you're canning, I ask you? I've had my day of canning, let me tell you. We used to do bushels of it. Just bushels in the basement. Oh my. When our children were young. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to use the sequin ribbon that I got for 39 cents at the thrift store. I'm going to use some of my thrift store gold twine. It's very fine. It's really nice twine. So I wanted to incorporate that in there. I'm going to use the Pear and the canning jar die. And I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And the canning jar and the Pear is right here. The lid is right here. I'll just switch over blocks. I'm going to use Versamark and silver embossing powder. I decided to do the canning jar in silver because the lid is generally silver, and it depends whether you have the twist lid or the lock lid. And the gold foil is here. Now for the gold foil, you can use the products that come with it from in that kit that I showed you from Michael's. Let me see, what is the name of that kit? Mona Lisa gold leaf. And yes, you can go through the stages. If you're going to do a large project, I suppose I would use that. But when I got to thinking of this, and you really just need something that's going to stick, and I'm going to give it a go with this Heat and Stick from Stampin' Up! To put the gold foil over, because it stays sticky, and I'm going to try that for what I'm going to do to gold leaf. And I got out a mouse pad that I'm going to use to stamp. But the thing I noticed on this side, you have, it looks like a little chevron pattern. So I'm going to keep that up, but you do have like a nice nylon pattern underneath. So I may turn it around. I'll see how it turns out. I'm going to use these little word dots here, letter dots. They're not word dots yet. And I am using the Framelits Label Collection. And this as well, it's just a helpful hint that if I want to embed the embossing, I keep cutouts here. I hang these on my stamp, clip it all. I keep, let me just show you here. I keep the circle to go inside the framelit here, and I also have the square that I put down to embed it, to make it a better impression. It's just a deeper impression, excuse me. It's not that it's any better, it's just deeper. So I'm going to use this. And the reason I'm doing it in 2 stages here is because A, it'd be impossible for me to do it all in one if I wanted to show you what I'm using, and if I wanted to put it away like I'm trying to now. You know I'm working in snail mode. And so that's that. So we're going to use the Stampin' Up! Framelits right here. And we're going to use the Sizzix adhesive sheet packs. There's 10 6x6, and I got these at Hobby Lobby, and you just cut them out and use them for all kinds of projects. Today I'm going to try and incorporate the crushed curry in the Stampin' Up! Ink pad. To do the foiling, I took out I don't know whether this, like I say, this is going to be the first time for me, and you know, we'll see what happens, because good thing I have 2 cards, then I'll just do another one if this doesn't turn out. And so I grabbed the light shaver. It has nice soft bristles. I grabbed my stenciling bristle, which is more coarse. It's almost like a horsehair, and a pouncer. Okay. So that's seated over there. Seated. Some clear embossing powder. I'm going to use Stampin' Up's Whisper White ink. Love this stuff. And my Vagabond, if I have to run this through, which I think I will, but I don't know whether tonight. And I have the funniest story ever. I might as well share it, because, you know, I wasn't going to, but then somebody emailed me, left me a message, a comment. It was so cute, and she said how, you know, she needed to get more organized, and she liked the way I had everything in a spot. Well, mostly everything does have a spot. I just don't know where the spots are. it's all put away, and it all has a spot. But as I'm aging, I'm going to have to keep like an index file. Because I'm telling you, every time I go to look for something, I find something that I'm able to use on a project. And today was the day for that. I had to wrap a couple of gifts for my son today. I didn't have to. Just asked if I would, and I did. And let's see what happened. So I thought I was using my Big Shot on the other side of the room, because I knew I wasn't taping. I didn't need it here. So I was just preparing my cards to be able to sit down and videotape them. And I thought, no, you know what? I'm probably not going to get this far as the canning jar. I'm going to plug in the Vagabond, and I'll use it on the video. So I went to go on the side of the Vagabond. I went to actually start it. This is how silly it is, because I have 2 extension cords. I have cords plugged in for everything here. And I thought it was plugged in, and it wasn't working. And so I went around and saw that there was no cord in the crazy thing. And I couldn't believe it. And I said, I just got this Vagabond replaced with a brand new one. There has to be a cord. And so I backtracked. I'm telling you, I am embarrassed to say, but an hour. I was looking for that cord because I knew it was brand new. I knew I had set it up the exact spot in my room where I had taken it out of the box, and I kept backing up thinking, okay, Carol, what would you do with that? So anyway, needless to say, I got a few shelves cleaned up again, and they were probably clean before, but I took everything out, so I thought I would just organize it a little differently. And so I was like, you know, as you keep looking for stuff, you start talking to yourself. It's just like, good night. I have this. Where is it? It's brand new. So I went over to the box. I took everything out. Nothing's in it because I took it all out except for the styrofoam. And I said, this is unbelievable. So I went downstairs, made dinner, came back up, and started looking at the machine. And all of a sudden it hit me that the crazy thing has a cord compartment. Yes, a cord compartment on this side. I'm telling you. I don't know. It was hysterical. I burst out laughing. I just thought it was the funniest thing. I thought, Carol, like, hello? you had that machine for a year, you used it, but once you plug it in, you don't even think of the cord place on the side, that your storage thing that is so conveniently put there for people that don't want to lose their cords. They just put it in that compartment, or if they're cropping, whatever. And anyway, so I found it, and that's my waste of time story, but that was pretty funny. So anyway, it's plugged in, ready to go, and I'm off and running here, I think. All right, so here's my, let's see what I have here. Let's just take everything off. I have an 5.5 by 5.5 Stampin' Up! Black cardstock. I found a package of Stampin' Up! Black cardstock. This is much heavier than the Michael's black cardstock, so I really was happy that I found a package while I was looking for my cord. All of a sudden I just, it was there, and it's nice and thick. I really like it. And then I took a piece 1/4 of an inch in of white, Whisper white cardstock, and I ran the My Mind's Eye paper through my tag die, Stampin' Up! Tag die. And this is going to go down in the middle, I think. I haven't kind of thought out the process, but inside here is going to be this beautiful window framelit. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to gold leaf the frame because it does look like a frame, and we'll do that together. I'm going to emboss the inside. So you're going to want to, if you're going to follow me on this, you're going to want to run this through your die cutting machine. I put the shim on here so that it was deeply embedded, and if I hold it up, you can see how deeply embedded that is just by making the shim for it. And without using the rubber mat shim, this worked out well for me. I just cut along, I just made a shim all the way around this whole thing, put it on top of cardboard, and it embedded it into the paper. Then I cut out another shim, which will go in here on the inside. You want to leave the tiny frame, and this is what we're going to use the stamp and stick, or whatever that thing, heat and stick powder over there. And you can tell it's very late, and my oh my, I had a busy day. So anyway, you want to make one of these to put in the middle, so we're going to use that. I'm just going to set it over there. So that is actually this frame with the gold leafing. I tend to like this sweater when it's cold. I noticed I have it on again. This is going to go lifted up right here with dimensionals, but it's going to be cut out, and it's going to be a frame. So that's the inside of the card. Then I cut a piece of the curry, Stampin' Up! Crushed curry. I knew it'd come to me. Cardstock, 1/8 of an inch around. And then what I'm going to do with this one is I cut a 3.5 by 5 inch cardstock, black crushed curry, and the My Mind's Eye paper, and it is going to go to the side here. And then I cut out, this is oval out of the Stampin' Up! Oval punches. It's going to go there. Then I cut out these pears from my Hero Arts. I think it's Hero Arts pear set. I have to check it out. I just saw the paper there, so I wasn't going to worry about that. And this is going to look like pears when I get done with it. It's going to have a really nice dimension to it. So these are going to go down this down here, and then I will emboss. I will gold leaf this one. I will gold leaf the inside of, I'll just show you this. This is what I'm going to use on the outside. This is the sticky back paper. That's going to go there, and then the lid is going to go on top. Then I die cut a little framelit that I had of a kind of like a little potted plant die. It's right here. I have the whole set of a house, and this one was kind of like a little, it could be a flower pot, whatever. Cut that out. I cut out 6 arrows from the Stampin' Up! Die set. This one came with the pop-out die, you know, the interactive cards. I think this was in that, if my mind serves me right, which is not serving me, as I always say, as well as I would like. Here is the top to the card. I haven't decided if I'm going to gold leaf that. Behind all of these pears, I'm going to do the rolled up twine. That is very popular now. People are doing that weavy thing and just slopping it behind there, and it looks wonderful. So we're going to do that. And this one black pear, I'm going to do the, this is going to be my gold leaf black, so I don't want to lose that. That's going to be there. So that's basically the cards. There's 2 on the go. I want to get them in the mail tomorrow, so I will be filming this next. I'll put it together as far as I can go, but yet I want to at the same time go over what I'm doing with you as far as the process, right? Because I think it'll be really nice if you want to do, it's not a complicated card, it's a rather simplistic card actually, and I find these type of simple cards, easy cards, I don't like to say simple because they're clean, that's the word. They're not simple. There's nothing simple about stamping, trust me. They're clean, fresh cards. I always wanted to stress stuff and rip it up and put this embellishment on it, that embellishment on it, and flowers and gold and metals, and you know, so doing a clean, crisp card like this actually takes me more work than doing the card I did the other day. That to me comes easy. And let me see. So, oh yes, here's the arrows. I die cut some of these arrows in all different colors because I don't know exactly. I want to put your one of a kind with the arrows pointing to the gold leaf pear. So that's the why the pears or the arrows are there. So basically, if you want to plan on doing this with me on the next video, here's the other little pot that's going to go in that card over there. I had the other pear, so that pear goes there because that's going to be, you're going to need some gold leaf. And yeah, I think there's 6 gold leaf strips here. I'm gonna, if this works out well, I think I'll get into gold leafing in my mixed media projects because I have a project I have going out to somebody that would be really nice if this works out. So I have my little spongy mat here, my what is this thing? Your computer mat for your roly mouse thing. It's a mouse pad. There you go. And so let's get stamping here. So this is Gina K Luxury 120 pound cardstock. I want this candy jar to be really firm because I'm going to do some Copic coloring to look like it has a bit of dimension. And let's get at her. Yeah, that's all I can think of. One crazy story of trying to find a cord. And that's it. So what I want to do here is, I am using my Memento ink, so I have got to hurry on this to put embossing powder on it. I am going to emboss this. So it's a quick drying ink. So let's see what happens here. You want to just stamp it up. There we go. And see right now that it's not sticking. So I need to turn around behind me and grab some runner. Let's see. I cleaned these with Gooby Gone. So don't panic if you see me put all that goop on it. It's just to hold it down for me. And then once a week I take it down with some Palmolive dish soap and Gooby Gone. Clean them up. Okay, so let's see what we do here. I cut it just so it goes on the image. On the paper, excuse me. The image goes on the paper. Oh, you can feel that little boing boing in there. Okay, this one's not going to work out. Let's turn it over because I obviously got a little bit of ink and I boinged it too much. Let's try it again. I'm so grateful for paper having two sides, aren't you? So let's just put it down, one press, put it up. Oh yes, beauteous. Let's quickly, oh, I'm doing it silver. Let's see if this will adhere. There we are. And that one is the Martha Stewart silver. I had the Recollections, which is the fine. But, oh, I made my thingy and didn't use it, and I can tell. It's going to have some little, unless I spit all over it. And you know what? I don't want to have to do that again, but I don't want any. All right. I think I will just use this, you know, to put in my card stock, but I'm not going to use it for this card. Just a second here. Yeah. Oh, maybe I will. This looks pretty good. Okay. There we are. That doesn't look bad. Must have blown it away. Oh, and there goes my heat tool. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 of those. And we'll pick from, I'm going to do 2 more and pick from the best one. There we are. So let's, yeah, that's good. That turned out nice. There we are. So we have that one on there. And I'm winding down, so I'm going to get 2 of these done. And I will see you on the next video where they will be prepared and we will get to doing the technique. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me, and you have yourself a blessed few hours left in the evening. And we'll see you on the next video.